Hello, welcome to the Stock Market channel. My name is Stephen Look and I help people go from not knowing how to invest and trade in winning stocks to being able to buy big winners in the stock market through technical analysis and trend analysis so that you can build wealth for your retirement and also pass it down to your family. So today we are going to continue to look at MicroStrategy, a very interesting stock that is tied to Bitcoin. And if you're interested in building wealth for the long term through longer term trading and investing, then this video is for you. We are not interested in day trading or swing trading, but we are interested in building wealth through investing in stocks that go up in the long term. So I have with me the daily chart of MicroStrategy here, and recently it kind of bottomed out by forming a inverse head and shoulders pattern here. So it broke out of this inverse head and shoulders pattern. We had a very nasty correction here, and the inverse head and shoulders pattern is actually a bottoming pattern, and with the presence of this reverse head and shoulders, we know that the stock wants to bottom and there is a possibility that it wants to go higher from here. So first things first, in order to buy a stock, you need to have a few things. First, we need to look at the trend, and then we need to look at a buy setup or pattern. So is this stock in a long-term uptrend? One of the ways to determine whether the stock is in your favor is to look at the long-term trend. And what I teach my viewers is to use the rising 200 MA. So you can go back all the way here, and you can see that this yellow line here is the 200 MA. Whether you want to invest in the stock or not, you have to look at the 200 MA. So the 200 MA is watched by many traders and many investors. Therefore there are a lot of eyeballs on it, and you have to also look at the 200 MA as well. So when the stock is below the 200 MA, you don't want to be touching the stock. This yellow line is the 200 MA, and look at what the price action is in MicroStrategy when it was below this 200 MA, going up a bit but declining and trading sideways. And it's only at around 2023 in March that things stabilized. It went back above the 200 MA, and about this time in July it started to rise. So here's a very simple tool that you can use to determine whether you can invest in the stock or not. Only invest or trade in the stock if it is above the rising 200 MA, and from about here, July 2023, it became a very investable and tradable stock. So you can see here the 200 MA rising, and the stock has been going up all the way here despite some corrections here and corrections here. This stock has been in a long-term uptrend, and you can see that the 200 MA is still rising, and this tells us that the odds of the stock going up in the long term is very good. And for us at the Stock Market channel, I highly recommend that you only trade stocks and invest in stocks that are above the rising 200 MA. So we have a bottoming pattern here after the nasty sell-off, the inverse head and shoulders, and then we have a bullish cross here where the 20 MA crossed back above the 50 MA. Here, the last time the stock had a bullish cross where the 20 MA crossed back above the 50 MA was about here, and look, there was a very nice move up, and we can anticipate that if the stock breaks out of this consolidation here, let me just draw the consolidation for you to see. Right, maybe I just color it green so that it's easier for you to look at it. All right, here is a sideways consolidation, and here's a bullish cross. And if MicroStrategy is able to break above this consolidation, then we have a buy point, a breakout actually, and that would be very good for the stock to move higher. And I don't know whether you can see it or not, but the stock might be making a pattern within a pattern. We have an inverse head and shoulders here, and there is a possibility that it might be forming a cup with handle pattern as well. Forgive me for my drawings, it's not very good, but I guess you can see the drawings here. This is the cup, this is the handle, and we have a bullish cross, and if the stock breaks above here, then this will be a buy point. So for long-term investors, the first criteria, the stock is above the rising 200 MA is met, and then the second thing that as a longer-term investor or trader that we need to focus on is a buy point. One of the buy points is here, as it broke above the inverse head and shoulders here. Here is a buy point, and the next buy point is here, where the breakout above the cup with handle happened. So this is we have two chances for long-term investors to buy this stock. Now, we just don't want to buy any stock. We don't want to buy the stock at any time. We only want to buy it when there is a area of value or significant chart pattern. For example, the stock broke out from this consolidation after the bullish cross. Let me just draw the consolidation for you to see. Right, here is a buy pattern for a trade, but what if the stock moves up to here? We don't see any very nice pattern, and if you have bought here, you would have experienced pain as it goes down, euphoria as it goes up, and then a lot of pain as it goes down. So as a long-term investor, longer time trader, we want to look for patterns that are very high quality patterns, that are tradable patterns. One of them is here, as it breaks out, then the inverse head and shoulders buy, and probably this cup with handle breakout. So as with all analysis of MicroStrategy, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is also exhibiting about kind of same pattern. It broke above a downtrend line, have an inverse head and shoulders, and the criteria for us whether to invest in Bitcoin, to trade in Bitcoin, and whatever stock that is related to it is met, because Bitcoin is above the rising 200 MA. So that's the criteria of how to invest. You want to choose instruments and stocks that are above the rising 200 MA. And here also, we can see that Bitcoin might also be forming a cup with handle pattern. So we have a pattern within the pattern. Sometimes it does happen. So if Bitcoin breaks above this consolidation here, this is the consolidation. When it breaks out of this, we might see it higher. So here's a bonus for you. If we, for many of you, you might not know that the cup and handle does offer a target. You can take the height from the lows to the handle here, and if the breakout happens, we can project it higher from here, and we can get a Bitcoin target of 88,000. So for long-term investors and longer-term traders, here is a buy point for Bitcoin, and if it breaks above this resistance area, this new area will be a new support if it breaks out, and this will be a very strong support because it has been consolidating here and trading here for a very long time. So if that happens, the breakout happens, the Bitcoin might go up to 88,000, and then any decline down to this strong area of support is very viable for long-term investors as a buy the dip setup. So let me just go back to MicroStrategy. Get the price right, okay, and then we can also put target for my MicroStrategy because it's a cup handle pattern. Let me just clone it and project it high. Sorry. All right, let me just clone it again and project it higher from here to get a target. All right. Now, I'll be coming up with a course for those of you who want to know how to invest in trade in stocks for the long term. So in there, I will be talking about patterns and targets and stuff and trends. So if you're interested, do watch out for my announcement when the course comes out. So if we take a target, the breakout target for MicroStrategy from this cup and handle pattern with its target of about 2,500, and that's very good. And if it breaks out of here, this will be a new area of a support, this entire area here, and if it breaks out to and hits the target, a decline to this area will be quite viable for long-term investors as well. So I do hope that this analysis has been helpful to you. So if you learned something new and it's helpful to you, do like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to learn how to build a portfolio of winning stocks through trend analysis and technical analysis. And I'll see you in the next one.